Hi there, I've got a really pretty framed card and I wanted to show how you can use the sentiment that's designed to fit the candy machine on other cards as well, so it's really versatile. So we will be using a selection of dies here. I've got the Finishing Touches Spring Foliage. Now I'm actually going to be using the little flowers from this one. Here is the Your 1 in a Million die. We're going to do a background and a frame from the Atlantic Ocean Collection background. And then frame it with the Noble Double Pierce squares, both set A and set B. And these are different in the fact that you get the in-between sizes in the other set. So you have a closer matting ability that way. Let's pop those all to the side. And first thing we're going to do is take this background and we're going to cut the outside edge out of the antique gold card. A little bit of tape on that. I'm just going to center that. Give it a quick run through. It's got a lot of detail on this one. Let's see if we've got it all cut. That looks very good. Let's take our tool-in-one and take the bits out. There we go. Remove our tape. Get under there. And that looks like it's cut beautifully. Okay, so the next step, let me tidy these away here. Little bits off of there. So we want to coat the back with a piece of self-adhesive sticky sheet. So I've got a piece cut just slightly smaller than my background. There we go. And pop that over. And then I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to use the waxy side of that and just make sure it's adhered nicely. Okay. Bring in a piece of copy paper. And I'm going to use my ice snow. And that will fill in all that exposed adhesive really nicely. So we're going to kind of burnish that into place. There we go. I've got quite a bit on there, so we can take all that off. And we can pop that back into our container. There we go. Now the next step I'll just tell you what we're going to do is cut that center out just to create a frame, okay? And that's all I've done is just gone to the next die down, which is a square in the set, and use that to cut them both as one, okay? So I've added a bit of mounting foam to that, and then I've used our double pierce squares to create a thin frame, but I want to add a little bit of an accent to that. So I've cut another piece of black card out of the B set, and I'm using just the next size up in the A set. And you can see how close they are together. So we're going to cut a frame with that, and it'll just give us a very thin edge. Line it up so it's all centered. Tape it into place. Let me make sure it's equidistant around. There we go. Give that a cut. Okay. So all I want from this is this nice thin little frame. So we can take this piece and we can use it for something else, or keep cutting it smaller to make other frames for other cards. All sorts of things you can do with that. Pop that back into place on our magnetic sheet. We'll put that to the side. So I want to bring in my glue, and I'm just going to use the fine line highlighter here because it is a very thin strip. Go all the way around the edge. Just take a second here. Let's go that way. A little bit of gluing. In fact, let's turn that a little bit. See if we can get that all the way down in one brush full, and I'll do this last little section here. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to just carefully pick this up, and I'm going to feed it around the frame, the white frame that's already in place. So it will sit along the edge of that one and just give it a nice little extra accent, tying in those colors that we're using in the card, the gold, the white, and the black. There we go. So pretty. Give that a second to set up. Right, so now we're going to do our sentiment. I've gone ahead and I've cut the sentiment in the center of a card on white, and I've just used the inside die from this. It comes in 2 pieces. I've done the same thing in a piece of black. So what we're going to do is we're going to just offset that. So I'm going to give it a quick spray and bring the black piece over and just sort of line it up so it's slightly offset. Such a pretty highlight on it. Let me see if I can get that on there. So you can see that, and now I'm going to give it a quick spray on the back of that piece, and we're going to add a backing of the antique gold to it. There we go. So you can see how pretty that looks with the gold on the back of it. So now I can bring over my frame, and I've got some mounting foam on the back already. Peel that off. Seat that right in the middle of the frame. Let me just lean down around it, get it all nice and centered. And I think I've got a little bit I need to trim away, just a tiny bit here on that backing piece. There we go. Bring in my back pieces, which I've done my matting and layering to. And I think I'll just go and put some glue on that. We've already got quite a bit of foam, so it's got some height for dimension. Put that into place. So now you've got the gold, the white, the black, all brought together in the center, around the edge, and around the mats. But it needs just a little highlight. And the Foliage stamp has these 2 little discs that have different flowers on it. So I've gone through and cut several of these in the white, the gold, and the black, and they just make a really nice little accent. So I'm going to just pop some little dots in place here on both sides. And we'll see if we can just fill these in. The couple little mixtures of colors. Adding in that extra little accent. Let's put another gold one there. Maybe a black one. Come down here. We can add in a white one. Just mixing it up a little bit. Let's put a black one on there. Just catching all those little glue dots. And pop that, oops, let's move that over a little bit. Pop that over a tiny bit. Put another gold one on there. And finish maybe with a black one. I have a few left over here, but there we go. Catch all those. And I've just put little 3mm pearls in the center of all of these and formed them a tiny bit onto a, with a little stylus, just to have them pop right up. But it just adds such a sweet little accent around that card. I just think that's a beautiful card. So pretty. Any color choice you could go with, same sort of thing. 3 colors, put all the different colors together and you have a beautiful balanced card. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and join us again soon. Don't forget, subscribe.